Hello, hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to the USTA National Campus in Orlando, Florida, for a Collegiate Series matchup. Here on courts 1 through 12, we have the Duke Blue Devils versus the TCU Horned Frogs in a matchup between the men and the women. They call it in college tennis a double duel. We will start with doubles, and then we will be joined by the singles matches. I'm Scott Tribley, and I'm joined here by Melanie Udan. Melanie flew in from Indian Wells just for this collegiate matchup. What can you tell us about tonight's match?
I'm really excited to be here. This is my first time at the national campus here. Two great teams. I think we're going to be in for a night of really good tennis. I'm really excited to be here. I have not seen a ton of college tennis, so it's a little bit new for me being from the pro world, so I'm really excited.
Well, we're going to join the number one doubles match of the ladies, as we can see the screen right now. And just so that everybody out there understands the scoring format, they're going to play 3 doubles matches for the ladies, 3 doubles matches for the men. It counts, they play 1 set, and it counts for 1 point. We are currently on the number 1 court. The Duke Blue Devils have Harris and Chen, and they are playing Bashada and Tedford from TCU. So we're going to pick this action up. What's great about this is that the men and the women are playing at the same time simultaneously. We've been excited about this for a very long time. We have a crowd this evening. We have a lot of spring break teams in, and let's enjoy this action. As we can see, Duke is serving. TCU comes into this match really wanting to get after Duke early, as Duke is the number 3 team in the country.
And with only 1 set, no ad scoring, really got to start off strong in these matches. A 1 break, or you start off a little weak and you're already down 3-0. I mean, that's halfway there. So really got to start off strong.
And Harris is serving. Sorry, Chen is serving with Harris at the net, I believe, yes. Flip that. Chen is serving, and Chen, as we talked to Jamie Ashworth this morning, has a big serve. And as you can see, they're using this with the I formation.
Exactly.
What does the I formation do? What is it? How does it help you in doubles?
It really gives the returner a lot to think about. You know, if you're in the same spot every single time, then you've got so much court to play with. When they're doing I formation, you really don't know where they're going to go, and so that can actually cause a lot of missed returns.
Yeah, as you could see there, TCU kind of floated the return.
Yep.
Harris was there to really jump on the volley. And we'll see in the singles later, Harris is the number 1 player for the Duke Blue Devils, and she's a senior from Australia, and her mother was actually a professional doubles player and is part of Tennis Australia. So I'm sure she's been well groomed in doubles, and of course in college tennis you get a lot of doubles play because all these matches start with this. So TCU is going to serve now, and as we can see here in the near court, we've got Harris returning. And I think we've got Bashada serving with Tedford at the net. Another I formation. Double fault to start the game. As you saw there, they started with the I formation, probably trying to kind of not let the other team get a rhythm.
Right. One of the things in college tennis, they do practice so much doubles, and I think that's something that really helps them. They get so much practice, so in the pros you don't really practice doubles as much.
Second serve here. Love 15. Duke with the 1-0 lead.
coming into the net off the ground. I think that really put a lot of pressure on the TCU team.
30 love. You want to try and get as many returns as you can in early if you're the return team. Here we go. We're looking at another I formation. Ooh, down the line return, and it's good.
Great return down the line.
Harris ripping that forehand down the line. Well, if you can make that return, the serving team kind of has to applaud you. You know, if where you don't at the net is you don't want to take away. You want to be able to control that middle a little bit.
Exactly. Down line on a first serve return is a little bit risky, but it worked for her.
Okay, so
Love 40. Nice serve.
First serves are so important here.
So important.
As you can see, missed return kind of pushed Chin back a little on that forehand.
They really like the I formation on the Duke side.
Second serve again.
Almost had that. That was a really aggressive point. Harris, you can tell, is starting off very aggressive.
Starting off aggressive, and they need this, but let's keep in mind it's 30-40 right now, but this is no ad scoring, so they actually have 2 more game points. Second serve. Wow. TCU trying to be aggressive there, but they are broken, and now Duke takes the 2-love lead. It was sort of the right play. You know, the ball was floating there in the center.
Definitely the right play. I mean, you don't want to be rallying down the line for too long. You want someone to go for it and make the poach, but a little bit wide on that ball. Unfortunate.
Harris to serve. Big forehand there.
I like the aggressiveness of Harris. You can tell she's starting off really, really strong and really moving forward the whole time. And that's really what wins doubles matches.
Yeah, it was that was a serve, take the short ball, get in. No serve and volley, but really the next best thing. Boy, I tell you, Duke really getting off to a good start here. Seeing a lot of aggressive play with this I formation.
More pressure on the return with I formation, exactly. Up 30 love now.
Simple doubles, too, with first serves in, you know.
I've always thought if you serve well, make your first serves and you make your first returns and doubles, I mean, there's a very good chance that you're going to win.
Big volley there by Harris, really closing on the net. So we've got 2 love, 40 love. Harris looking like, here we go with the I formation again. Now, will they stay in the middle or will they move to the right?
Good try there.
Didn't seem like the percentage, though, to me.
I did not think that she was going to go cross court. I thought she was going to keep going down the line. She's been so solid so far this whole match.
And if you hit that shot, you have to hit a winner almost, just because you're leaving the court open.
She did float that a little bit to the net person, which wasn't the best choice. But up 40 love, you've got a couple more opportunities.
And the break. Big forehand.
Down the middle.
Harris showing why she's an All-American senior playing number 1 for this Duke Blue Devil team. Let's switch it over to the number 1 doubles match for TCU men and Duke men on court number 3, where we have TCU leading 2-1, Duke serving. This is great because the Blue Devils have their names on the back of their jerseys.
Oh, that was not it. That was an easy lob.
Furman serving. Stakoviak at the net. They're playing Nunez and Rybakov. Rybakov, top American, the lefty. Furman here, serving 15 all.
Very good serve out wide.
As soon as we finish this game, we're going to have a special guest. We've got Ali Risk in the house. Melanie, someone you probably know well. Let's see if we can 2-1 here.
On serve. Yes, very excited to talk to Ali. We go way back.
You seem to have a lot of friends on this campus today.
I've gotten to run into people that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. This is like being back at Indian Wells or a Grand Slam, right?
I know, and being out for a while, it's so nice to see everybody.
So it's 40-15, Furman serving. It's on serve, 2-1 TCU, and that's game. Oh, we have 2 all. Okay, Ali. We're going to bring Ali in, put a headset on. Give a big hug to each other. Now, Ali, tell us, are you here because you love college tennis? Or are you here because you're a Duke Blue Devil? Or are you here?
A little bit of everything. I'm definitely supporting my fiance, Stephen Armitage. He went to Duke.
Look at this. I wish we had a camera shot of this, the Stephen Armitage Duke Blue Devil 2002 to 2006.
That is awesome.
All right, we're going to cut to this. We've got it. All right, so we've got the Stephen Armitage Duke Blue Devil 2002 to 2006. He's the USTA Collegiate Director, okay? And Ali Risk's fiance, hence the reason why I think you're wearing the Duke Blue Devils shirt. And maybe not a lotto shirt, right?
What's that?
And not a lotto shirt.
Nope, not a lotto shirt. Definitely supporting Stephen and and the Blue Devils today. Nothing against TCU, but I'm definitely hoping Duke pulls out the win.
Well, I'm so excited to see you.
I know.
I mean, it has been a while.
Awesome.
Like, I'm so glad that you're here.
Me
It's
too.
so nice to run into everybody today. I saw Grace and
Grace
Vicky
said she saw you.
Yes, it is so nice to see everyone here. I mean, this is my first time seeing the campus.
Are you enjoying it?
Are you do you like it here?
I do. I'm training here a few times a week. My coach is from Tampa, as you probably know. So we kind of split our time, but it's always nice to have all the girls in town because it gives you a lot more players to play sets against. And I've definitely been enjoying it. And you can't beat the weather either, you know.
Exactly.
It's sunny every day, so it kind of makes it a perfect training atmosphere.
It's a little bit different than the Boca days. We are back there. This facility is
our
just
infamous
amazing.
Boca days.
It is, though. I mean, gosh, touring around it today, it is just beautiful.
It is.
I mean, the facilities, I mean, the courts, the right play. I mean, they have everything here that you could want.
That's so true.
I'm sure that it's so nice for you to get to train here sometimes.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. I will say, though, they're missing the grass courts. Don't you agree, Mel?
They are.
I mean, you love the grass, where's the grass?
Now, I won't jump in, but it's hard enough to maintain these red clay courts, let alone some grass courts,
well, that's
right?
very true. You're right about that. I think that would be a big ask. But it's wishful thinking, you know?
No, it's probably we'll have to talk to Virgil Christian about getting some more land and seeing if he can put some grass courts in. So,
I agree. Virgil, where you at? Come on.
So we've got 2-all here, 40-15, TCU serving. Couple lefties here. This is kind of an interesting thing to see going against two lefties. That Stan Smith gave a little talk today, and he said that lefties have an advantage in tennis. Would you all agree?
I think so. I think, just because there are so few of them on tour too, so we're not seeing that every day. And I've never seen a lefty that's plays a tight game. Their arm is always so loose. I feel like their balls go so well. They're so crafty, and obviously they have an advantage on their serve, and the angle they get on it is pretty brutal. So I'd say there's a slight advantage there.
I think so too. I mean, when you're young, I always wish that I was a lefty.
Yeah.
I wish I would have started like that, because that serve, I mean, you just really don't play against it that much.
It's so true.
I mean, it's just so different.
I agree.
So we've got court number 1 here. 2-3 TCU. This is the number 1 doubles for the men. And we have TCU. It's on serve. Duke will be serving here in a minute. And we have 6 courts. 6 courts of doubles right now. We have 3 courts for the men and 3 courts for the women. This is what we call a double duel. Simultaneous college tennis here in our Collegiate Series.
Allie, have you seen this before?
No, I was
college
just
tennis?
no, and I was actually just talking to Virgil before I came to speak with you guys about how nice it is to have boys and girls on the same side, and going at the same time. It makes it a fun atmosphere. I'm sure it's a lot more fun for them too. Mm-hmm. But it's great for the spectators.
Definite energy with we've always tried to get the team cheer together, and just to where there's no other college sport are you able to do that. I mean, basketball, the men and women don't play next to each other, or volleyball or baseball, softball, anything like that. So it is truly unique.
It's very true, yeah. Something unique that tennis can start doing more, maybe.
Well, these are the things we drum up, We had Michigan played UCF in a double duel, and beautiful crowd on a nice day, and you could just feel the energy of all the matches. We had Miami, Florida State last Friday, so it has been nice to get all the teams playing on all 12 of the courts here at the Collegiate Center here on the national campus of 100 courts. I mean, what do you all think about 100 courts? You got your player development, you got your team USA, and then you got your collegiate piece.
When I heard about the amount of courts here, I mean, it was pretty unbelievable. It's really amazing. You can have so many events going on at the same time. You can have so many different people, colleges, player development. You can have so many people training here. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, what do you think, Allie?
Yeah, I agree with that. And it never feels too crowded. I know over in the player development area, we don't even have any idea what's going on the rest of the courts, so it kind of makes it nice for the players that come in and want a quiet place to train, and it's great for the other people that want, a place to practice, whatever your level. So
Exactly.
There's a place for everyone, I think.
So we've got 3-2 TCU. Duke serving. I didn't see exactly what happened on that last point, but we have 15-30. So we got to pay close attention in these doubles matches because it's one set with no ad scoring. And then the other thing that's a little different from pro or junior tennis is that they don't warm up before the match. They go and play.
Better have a really good warm up beforehand.
Well,
you don't get that, you go on and you start right away.
I know the coach from Texas A&M was here, and he says, my guys, you're making me stop 15 minutes before they play. They have to go 15 minutes without serving. And I just said, well, Steve, welcome to showbiz, man. I mean, you don't see them in the NBA. They don't hey, let me take a few more practice shots.
That's very true.
So here we are.
Something that's not common in tennis, that's for sure.
(40-15). So are my eyes playing tricks on me, or was it 15-30 and now it's 40-15?
It was, because I thought that was going to be a break point opportunity there, but I think they had the scoring wrong.
Well, it's game, okay? And it's 3-3 now. Here we are on court number 1. Duke getting fired up. Nice crowd here, 5 p.m. on a Tuesday, national campus. Rybakov.
Perfect weather for tennis, too.
Perfect. Great sunshine. A little breezy yesterday, but gosh, today's been very, very nice. Rybakov serving. Double cheese.
Uh-oh. Double fault to start that game. 3-3. I mean, it's getting close. Got to make those first serves. So, Allie, are you going to be out there cheering for Duke? I haven't heard you cheering yet.
Yeah.
I want to hear you.
I don't know if I want to make my voice be known or play it a little quieter. I'm not so sure, Mel. I don't think you're going to hear. I think you know me by now. I don't think I'll let my voice be heard.
I'm hoping I can hear you all the way up here. I want to hear you yelling for Steven's team.
Oh,
wow,
what a point that
what
was.
a point.
That was fantastic.
Nice overhead.
Mel, this kind of reminds me of the time when we played doubles together. Do you remember? Back at the US Open. We had our chances, too.
We did. We won our first round.
I think we're going to see a little replay here. It's frozen at the moment, but here we go. So now Rybakov, this Nunez at the net with the lefty at the net, he's very crafty. David Roditti's very high on his creativity at the net, and you can see there where he really understands how to put the ball away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been having some great moves at the net there.
Nunez looks like he moves well. I mean, you can tell he's always ready for the balls.
Wow.
So we did have a match finish.
He's ready again at the net there.
We did have a match finish. The number 3 men's doubles match for TCU won 6-1.
That was a beating.
Duke has the lead on the men's number 2, 4-2, and then we're watching court number 1.
Great serve by Rybakov.
4-3 TCU. Boy, it's very important to get that first serve in, isn't it?
Gosh, especially with this one set and no ad. I mean, every single point matters.
David Roditti giving some tips. As we can see, he has his fancy hat on.
That is a fancy hat right there.
He said it's a lucky hat that he wears and helps keep the sun out of his eyes, but also
sun off his skin.
Sun off of his skin, and it's also become a nice talking piece. Sometimes he passes the hat around. David Roditti was a very good doubles player on the tour, a Davis Cup coach for Mexico, national semifinalist TCU a couple years ago. So, Allie, what's next for you? When is your next tournament?
I head out on Friday. I go to Miami. I'll play the qualifying there, and yeah, so that's the next event, which is nice because it's a short drive from Orlando, so nothing too crazy.
Nice. And the qualifying starts Monday? Is that what it is?
It does start Monday, yes.
I mean, so much tennis going on in the state of Florida right now. No wonder they call it the global capital of tennis.
Well, especially with this facility now, yeah, it's really the home of American tennis, as they say.
That is true. That is true. But you know, Atlanta is a really close second.
Oh,
Atlanta
spoken like a
tennis-
true Atlanta resident here, folks.
Atlanta tennis is huge.
That's very true.
It really is.
They're
but
Alta
I guess
leagues.
we can't compete with this facility here.
Big point here. TCU knocking on the door.
Oh,
A little bit of a
It's
sprayed
really-
forehand there. 15 all.
It's really cool to get to see Alex Rybakov play. I remember when he was at the USTA, and he was always such a nice kid, always said hello, always seemed to be in a great mood, and he always worked really hard. So it's nice to see that he's having success, and I know a lot of college coaches, you know, say that he's a great teacher, so it's cool to see him kind of filling those shoes.
totally. I agree.
Well, I think that the very own Stephen Armitage says that he is one of the, you know, the brightest college hopes to come out and make it on the tour. That he's got a lot of talent, and he's come along nicely. He's a junior, so I'm assuming he would have another year and a half to play in college and develop in some of the professional tournaments as well. 15:30, double cheese. That's just my slang way of saying double fault.
Can't double fault down 15-30. 3-4.
Now this is big because TCU has already won the third doubles, okay? And if they get this one, then they would clinch that first point, that doubles point. And we would have a 5-minute break and we'd start the singles. So we want to pay close attention to this game, close attention to this set. We do want to get back to the ladies match, but we're going to hold for right now. And we're going to focus here on this number one court. We're going to do our best to keep you all updated on the other scores. You can go to Tennis Ticker to find out the scores on all the courts. We have Duke 4-3 right now on the men's number 2, and it's coming down to the wire. And we're going to let Allie, we want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome.
So good to see you,
It was
Allie.
so good to see you, Mel. I'm glad that worked out.
I think
and thank you so much for having me.
We're going to say goodbye to Allie. We want to thank you so much for being here. We want to wish you luck at the Miami Open, the last year in Key Biscayne, and we want to give you an opportunity to go and root on your Duke Blue Devils.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I want to hear you from down there.
All right. Now we got to really get focused now. It's 4-all, court number 1.
TCU was not able to convert.
It was a good first serve down the middle. If we notice here, if we were doing the stat sheet right now, if you make your first serve, I feel like they've won 85% of the points.
I agree. Most of the time, that's how it is.
And we've had there's a missed forehand there by Nunez. 15-all. The Duke Blue Devils won on court number 1 in the ladies, 6-love. So we didn't miss anything by switching over to the men here in this 4-all first set. We've got a couple players warming up for singles because we'll start singles directly following the doubles. Nice serve there. A little change up. We haven't seen the out wide serve quite as much.
Very nice change up in doubles. It's so important to keep changing the direction of your serves. You do not want your returner to know where you're serving or get a rhythm.
Nunez serving to Stakoviak. Rybakov with a solid overhead. Didn't quite finish it off, but it didn't matter. 4-all, 30-15. TCU. Slight lead in this game.
Nice overhead by Rybakov. Puts it away. Now up 5-4.
Wow, if you've heard that noise in the background, it was a 4-all point. I mean, it was a 40-all point, a no-ad point on court number 2 for the men's doubles, and it's now 4-all. Maybe we could switch over to court number 2, which is court number 2, where we can actually see it from here. You can see it from this shot where the coaches are giving their tips. Okay, and we've got 4-all on court number 2, 15-love TCU. All right. Big return right to the body. So we've got Gray and Johnson. 40-love for TCU. Very close here in this men's doubles.
Very close, but making that first serve and putting that first volley away, it just makes such a difference.
We're getting our first look here at Alvarez, who's Duke's #1 singles player, undefeated in singles this year. 5-4 TCU. (5-4) TCU on court number 1. The all-important doubles point. It's interesting because the doubles point, it counts for 1 point, but psychologically, you start all the singles matches either up or down by 1 point. So sometimes it definitely gives you even a psychological edge beyond just the math involved in it.
Exactly. It can really play a huge part, though. I mean, you know, going into the singles.
Got Gray returning here. (5-4) TCU. We're also paying attention to court number 1 of the men's. What a nice backhand there. Good net play. Cannot back off the net, can you, with the ball flying like it is, and just have to stay aggressive.
Always got to be ready at the net. I mean, he was definitely ready.
We are definitely in the right place now. Here we are. It's 5-4 TCU, 5-all TCU with Rybakov serving. So we've talked about Rybakov being a young American talent. That was a great point.
Great point.
And
Very heavy hitting from Rybakov.
Interesting. Rybakov not really getting into the net. I mean, Nunez is up there by himself.
Yep.
And Rybakov had an opportunity to get in.
He did. Maybe a little tentative. I mean, 5-all starts getting really, really close and a little bit of pressure.
Second serve. So TCU, I don't know if we have the ability to switch after this point to court number 2. TCU has a match point. TCU has a match point, and this is a match point for the doubles point. So it's 5-4, 40-15. Court number 2 now. Gray returning.
Big opportunity. Second serve.
Inside. 40-30. 2 more opportunities for TCU. Duke has to keep climbing back. Now, you would say, though, that even though TCU is up, Duke still could be favored to win this game because they're serving.
Exactly. Especially if they make their first serves in. But this is a lot of pressure. We'll see how he handles it.
Okay.
Great serve.
Now, this is the first no-ad point, I believe, that we've seen. If we notice the umpire holding the paddle up, they have a paddle that shows the fans that this is the deciding point. So
that's pretty cool.
You got to give it to Duke there. They really came back.
They really handled that well. That's not easy. Lots of first serves. I mean, that's what won them that game.
Yeah, which one?
Okay, we're just listening to the PA announcer. Let's watch this point. And it looks like Duke has clinched the doubles point in the women. And we're going to be joined by Jamie Ashworth just shortly. He's going to come up after he meets with his team. Duke Blue Devil women are up 1-0. Great volley by Johnson there. Volleyer there, 30-15. TCU still with the upper hand in their service game here at 5-all. This is really going to come down to the wire. TCU with a slight advantage because they won at number 3 doubles. Duke hanging in there. TCU has had 3 doubles point match points. Johnson serving right now. Sorry, Gray serving with Johnson at the net.
by Gray, but down the middle seems to be working for both teams.
30 all. See what Gray comes up here with the serve. We're not seeing as much I formation from this number 2 court. Big first serve there.
Thought there might have been a wide call.
So I don't know if we could switch over to court number 1 of the men. And court number 3, we right now have 6-5 TCU, 30 all. Big volley there. That's what doubles is all about, isn't it? First one to kind of beat your opponents to the net.
Exactly, and also see how he set his partner up extremely well. The Duke team did a great job of hitting that return angled, and then his partner was able to put the volley away.
Nice serve.
Gray really came up with some big serves.
Big serve on a break point, too. Nice motion. Seems to have really be very fluid.
Here we go, another deuce point.
This is kind of like an I formation here. Kind of thinking they could go body or out wide, don't you?
Yep.
There we go. The body serve, boy, and that really jammed him up.
Really, again, we saw so many first serves, and that's what won those points for them.
Hey, we're joined here by Jamie Ashworth, fresh off of his doubles point victory. How you doing, Jamie?
Should I just talk? Yeah. All good.
All good? You
All good,
feeling
yeah.
good after the doubles point?
Yeah, I thought our one doubles team played really well. I thought they played
6 love, I'd say they played
Love,
pretty
yeah.
well.
They played smart. Sam did a really good job of controlling the height of her ball, which I was impressed with. It's something we've been working on in practice a lot with her, is controlling the height. And then Kelly served really well, which enabled Sam to finish some balls at the net. So.
How's the atmosphere out there? I mean, it's a beautiful day. What's it like to play kind of the double duel?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great experience for our team. I mean, they were all excited. They were fighting to see who could play next to the guys. So
That's
they
great.
The girls on 3 doubles said we don't get to experience it the same as number 1. So
So are you
Well-
feeling confident going into the singles matches now with winning the doubles point?
yeah, I mean, I told them after, we have a little 5-minute break where we can regroup, and I just told them, like, everyone do their job, do the job, everyone do their role to the best of their ability, and we'll take that if we can do that.
And just we'll give you a quick update. TCU won here at the 3 doubles, and then we're on court number 2 where TCU's up 6-5. They had match points, and then we have a tiebreaker on court number 1. So maybe we can switch over to court number 1 here and just watch this tiebreaker here momentarily. But great atmosphere. We're so happy to have you up here, Jamie. We appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. Tell me something. Back on campus, do the men's and the women's teams, do they spend time together? Are your all's teams pretty close?
Yeah, we try to interact as best we can and as much as we can. The fall a little bit more. We do a lot of fun things. I mean, they have routinely they have a Thanksgiving dinner they put together with both teams. They cook it and they have to go through the whole thing of making dinner, buying everything, and it's kind of been a tradition that they always have at someone's house or apartment or something. But we do. They support each other. I mean, some of our best supporters are the guys, being as loud as they are and as vocal as they are, and so it's really something that we've really tried to create.
Well, here we are. We're in a tiebreaker, 3-2 TCU.
Yeah, hopefully we got some big servers coming up here.
Well, we've seen some good tennis. We were just on the second doubles, and both Duke and TCU were doing a very good job of closing off those doubles points. We saw you all do all those drills. I mean, warming up. You guys had your court, and then the TCU was down on the 6th court, and so we saw that you got a lot of repetitions in.
Yeah, it's important with the format of not warming up with your opponent, and especially in the doubles, to come out and being ready to play the first point. there's no real working yourself into the match at all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in 2 tiebreakers right now for the men's doubles point. 2 tiebreakers. TCU with a slight advantage, with a lead here on court number 1 and having already won on court number 3. We're joined by Jamie Ashworth. We're going to let Jamie Ashworth get down to his match. As we can see, his players have gone to their court and they are going to start. There is no warm up on the singles. There'll be 6 in a row going on the north side, the Lake Nona side. What a view, Jamie. You don't get this in Durham, North Carolina, do you?
I think right now we have a little bit of mix of snow, hail, rain, and so we do have a beautiful campus though, but this is something special to be here and to be able to be a part of this.
Thanks so much, Jamie,
Right.
and good luck with the
Thanks,
singles.
Scott.
We'll see you after the
All
match.
right, thanks,
Thanks,
Melanie.
Jamie.
All right.
All right, so we've got court number 1 here, men's doubles, TCU Duke, 4-3, TCU serving.
TCU with the mini break.
Nunez serving, Rybakov at the net. Stakoviak returning. Furman his partner. Second serve. Talking about the importance of that first serve. Let's see here. Nice cross there by Furman.
Even with the 2 hands on that one. 4-all. These matches couldn't be any closer.
This is exciting tennis. We have TCU with the lead on court number 2. It's tied up on court number 1. We're going to stay here on court number 1. I formation. TCU. Big serve there. Say you're only as good as your second serve.
So true. Like all the hours spent hitting second serves to get that extremely strong, because that is so true in any level of tennis.
5-4 on serve. And we've got TCU with a mini break over on court number 2. Wow.
What a point. What defense from Nunez. And then to come in with a poach and put it away. He really, really handles pressure well.
I want to talk to Coach Roditi about these tactics. I haven't seen these type of tactics where you have the one up, one back, literally almost in a little bit of an I formation.
You can tell, right? It seems like
that was a great cross by
really
Nunez.
Rybakov seems a little more confident at the baseline and Nunez at the net.
5-4 TCU. On serve.
Match point for TCU.
Oh,
Second
6-4,
serve.
sorry.
Second serve.
My eyes are doing tricks on me.
Oh, that's it.
And that's the doubles point.
Nunez
TCU
really
taking a 1-0 lead. They'll take a 5-minute break. Good news for us is they're going to be starting the women's singles here shortly. And we'll be able to kick right to it. And what did you think of that doubles point? That was something else, wasn't it?
That was really amazing. I mean, Nunez really handled the pressure well. I mean, you saw how he played such great defense and really went for it in those last couple shots, and then to hit that really good return on match point, he really came through for the team and earned that point.
And we're going to go to a break here from the USTA National Campus Collegiate Series. Live coverage resumes shortly. Here we are on the Odan Cam. Scott Tribley, Sophie Chang, Melanie Udan, and we're excited here to be starting the singles of our college tennis match, Duke versus TCU. Sophie, what's it like watching? You're playing on the tour, but what's it like watching a college tennis match?
It's really fun. I really like the atmosphere and everything. It's pretty new to me, but I'm getting used to it. I like it a lot. I'm definitely going to spend more time watching.
Good.
So you just won a 15K here at the USTA National Campus. How did it feel to win that tournament? How was it like playing here?
It was so cool. I love it here. I get to come down and train a good bit, and everyone's so nice, and they did a really good job, the athletic training staff, of taking care of me. I had a little injury through the tournament, and everyone's just so welcoming, and it really meant a lot to me because this is my first singles title on tour. And so it was huge, and I loved that it was here at the HOTE, the home of American tennis.
Exactly. No, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is so awesome. I'm sure it gives you a lot of confidence for the rest of the year, winning a tournament this early. Are you feeling ready and you're prepared for the rest of the year coming up?
Yeah, definitely. Confidence kind of comes and goes, and I think I hadn't had some of my best results in the last month, and so this is really a great thing to feel like, coming into the spring and the clay season, a lot of confidence is good.
Definitely. So what's it like for you to watch some of these college players that are probably around your age? I'm sure you could be one of them, but instead you're playing on the tour.
Yeah. I did commit to play, but I ended up deciding at the last minute I wanted to go pro, but I committed to play at UVA. For UVA women's team, and I know a lot of the women out there.
Oh, really?
For TCU.
Well, we're going to go over to court number one,
Yeah.
so maybe we can watch a little bit here.
Yeah.
Court number one, Samantha Harris for Duke.
Duke was one of my schools I was considering when I was making the choice to commit to school in the beginning.
So did you take the college visits and
I
go
did.
through did you take the SAT?
I did.
Okay.
I took it in between pro tournaments. Actually, it was these two. It was the two that the one I just played and next week. It was back then. It was Orlando and Gainesville. And I took it in between those two tournaments down here in Florida.
Wow, that's pretty tough. I don't know if I could do that, if I could have done the SAT in between two pro tournaments.
It was weird. It was strange.
So here we are. We're just the place we want to be. Court number one singles. Vetvikanen from TCU from Australia playing Harris, from the senior, for the Duke Blue Devils.
That was a wild backhand right there.
And so what would you say the biggest difference is between watching, obviously we're just getting going, watched a little bit of the doubles, but the difference between this high-level college tennis and some of the pro tennis that we see?
Honestly, you see a lot of college tennis. College tennis players come out of school or while they're still in school playing professional tennis and doing very well and succeeding. So I would have to say the level of play, is pretty close, a lot of the time, but definitely the atmosphere is the first thing that kind of strikes you. It's a lot louder. The spectators are more into it. It's very different for any, I think, professional tennis player. I think Melanie would agree. But
yeah, it's definitely different. The fact that they don't get a warm up for their matches.
Yeah.
I can't really imagine not warming up.
I know.
Can you imagine that
I
before
just
your
found,
matches?
literally just found that information out, right before I came on air.
Yeah, we'll do our best to continue to educate, our viewers out there that there are some rules that are a little different. No ad scoring, no warm-up, and then obviously you play the doubles before you play the singles. So now all of these matches that we're watching right now, they count for 1 point. The doubles that we watched, it was 3 matches and the best 2 out of 3. So the Duke Blue Devils right now, the ladies, which we're watching, the ladies' side, they have a 1-0 lead, and then on the other side of our A-frame here, the TCU Horned Frogs have a 1-0 lead. But we're going to settle into this match here. We've got Alexa Svetlikanen. She's a freshman from Brisbane, Australia. Kind of interesting because this is an Australian matchup we have here on court number
but
one.
freshman and a senior against each
you got a freshman
other.
and a senior against each other, but We have Harris, who's from Melbourne, Australia. So I'm sure in some way, one way or the other, they know each other. Alexa with a little bit of a lead here, trying to strike first with a break. We'll see if she can consolidate.
I was talking to Sam before the matchup, and she wanted people to know that she, at 5'2", is not the shortest player on her team. She is the second shortest player on her team.
She's 5'2" and 3/4, and she's going to round it up to 5'3".
TCU got the break.
And so is that a big deal? Or are we going to see a lot of breaks in this set?
In women's tennis, honestly, you never know. I honestly, a break, especially this early, I don't think means a whole lot. I mean, a lot of the times women are more confident returning, don't you think, Sophie?
I think you see it a lot more, women winning the coin toss and electing to receive first. But I think it depends on the player, too. It depends on how much they trust their serve or how much they think of it as their strength. Sometimes you do see people staying on serve.
We see Harrison talking to Coach Jamie Ashworth, a longtime Duke Blue Devil coach, 20-plus years, 2009 national champion. She seems a little frustrated here in the beginning, but could just be her personality on the court where she's kind of talking it through with him.
Yeah, it's still so early. I don't think there's any reason to get worked up at all or too nervous.
Tell you though, I just saw the Harris one-handed backhand. That's sort of a thing of beauty, isn't it? You don't see the one-hander on the men's or women's side as much.
You don't see it. I don't. There are a few women actually. I mean, in the pros that I know that have some really good one-handed backhands. But as college tennis goes, she definitely has the technique is very, very nice.
Second serve. Double cheese. Oh.
Or was that a first serve?
Is that a first serve?
I think so. Double cheese. I've never heard anyone call double fault that. Did you know that? I've never a double bagel. I've heard, or that's for O&O also, but I haven't heard double cheese. I like that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one.
It's double cheese. Do you want fries with
double
that? 15 all. And we're on camera here. Beautiful night here at the USTA National Campus in Lake Nona. We're just taking it all in here. All 12 of these collegiate courts being used right now, and we have a pretty nice crowd.
There's a lot of tennis going on. I don't think I've ever seen this many matches going on at the same time at the same facility, so it is really, really awesome. I'm enjoying it.
TCU with 2-1 lead. Going to watch this game, and then we'll look to switch. Well, maybe we're just going to switch right now. Here we go. Get a look at Alexa Svetlikanen from Australia. Early lead, 2-1. Serving. And I would think that TCU's got to say to themselves, you know, with Duke being either 2 or 3 in the country, in the USTA poll they're 3, and in the ITA poll they're 2. But I would think that TCU being unranked, that they would have to really get off to a good start in these first sets.
I think so too. I mean, they've really got nothing to lose. They really need to go for it. That is a beautiful one-handed
Wow!
backhand.
What a shot!
That's what we were looking to see, for sure.
Whenever I see those beautiful one-handers, I'm always secretly
We're going to
envious.
see a little replay here.
I know,
Two-handed
right?
backhand.
Look at
Nice.
that!
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Not even, it was a cross court.
Perfect timing.
Break point. I was just asking you if the break meant anything. We'll see here if there's another break of serve.
Good first strike. I'm actually surprised Svetikonyan's serve isn't a little bit bigger because she has a lot of height. But very good first strike from her.
So they play. I see now that they play no ad in singles as well. I did not know that either.
So we're all learning something out here. Here we go, server. It's the receiver's choice. Looked outside. And that's the break. It's 2-all on court number 1 of ladies singles. Duke Blue Devils, TCU Horned Frogs. Let's switch over to the men's side. Number 1 singles, if that's possible. Our producer's doing such great work, Melanie, wouldn't you say?
Such great work.
Sophie, we're going to hang on here for another minute or two, and then we'll let you go, and you can enjoy it. But there we go.
So number 1 singles.
I'm actually really excited to watch
are.
Nicholas Alvarez play.
Nicholas Alvarez, the number 1 player for the Duke Blue Devils, and he's playing Alex Rybakov. What a matchup. This could be a national semifinals in the NCAA tournament. So we're in for a real treat with this one. Got TCU 2-1. 30 love. Well, it's 30 love, 30-15. That makes more sense.
Nice 1-2 punch there.
Nice by Alvarez. Now, Alvarez didn't play at all last year for Duke. He redshirted because he had wrist injury. The wrist injury that's very similar to Del Potro, but he did not have surgery. Goes to do the rehab. Back now, having a great season. That was outside. Looked like a fair call. I think we're going to see a baseline battle, too.
I think we are.
Because we didn't see Rybakov come in that often in the doubles.
He looked very comfortable at the baseline. You're right. And Alvarez, we already know, is a great baseliner.
Looks like he's an attacking baseliner. You can tell by his forehand. I've been excited to watch him play. He's having such a great year. He just beat William Bloomberg, who's the number 1 player in college in the North Carolina match, their big rival.
He's unbeaten in dual matches this season.
That's correct. Going for a little bit on that forehand. Two all here. Number 1 singles. All the rest of the matches, we have 12 of them going on here. Very early stages.
Great
Big
serve down the
serve.
tee.
We're going to do our best to flip around, but for right now, we're going to just stay here on this court number 1, the men's singles. call let there, I believe. Sophie, I know that you all were just talking about the USTA National Campus, but what's your favorite part about being on the campus? What do you find unique about it?
Well, I mean, it's a huge facility and it's state of the art. I love being in player development. It's just over past some of those lakes in the middle of the campus, but it's amazing. They have just state of the art technology. Everything you need is in one place, and it's just really amazing for me. When I'm trying to get good training in, it's just the best place to be probably.
And how many weeks of the year would you say you spend here?
Well, right now I've been here more than I've been home. I mean, this year in 2018. But I think last year I only came down really for a few weeks to train out of the year. But this year I'm planning on being down here more. And then obviously they have the 2 ITF events at the beginning of the year, which I just finished one of them. And those also, I played them both last year as well. So.
What's your next tournament?
I think I'm going to play probably some ITFs in the South, although there's a chance maybe I might try for Volvo Cup qualies. But if not, probably Jackson, Mississippi. I might play an ITF there, or the 60K in Indian Harbor Beach, Florida.
Very nice.
Yeah. I remember hitting with you there.
I know, right?
That's the last time I think I saw you, I think, right?
Yeah, it has been a while. It really has been. Indian Harbor is such a great tournament.
Yes.
So nice, really, really nice people, and
yes.
the atmosphere is, a lot of people come out to that tournament for 60,000.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of my favorites. I was really sad I missed it last year, but I'm really excited about the prospect of going back there.
Well, I'm sure you're going to bring a lot of your confidence from this past tournament win into some of those tournaments.
Yeah, hopefully, and I'll just, all you can hope for is just to stay focused on your improvements and keep getting better week to week.
Exactly.
Here we go, a replay. Nice return. Wow, big forehand there. That doesn't look like the Lima-Peru backcourts there, where you're playing 6-7 feet behind.
Does not.
Looks like he's been playing college tennis for a little while on the hard courts.
Much more of an aggressive baseliner. Break point opportunity. Oh, great defense, though, from Alvarez. Caused Rybakov to make a
little bit of everything in
mistake.
that point,
There
except for a
was.
volley. We saw just about everything you could see in a baseline. Jonathan Stokey, the assistant coach for
that's Stokey.
Duke. That's Jonathan Stokey. He's been at the Duke Blue Devil assistant for 8 years. Ramsey Smith has been the head coach for 10 years.
I totally forgot that Stokey was on the coaching staff for Duke. I remember working with him at Smith Stearns when I was really young.
And I know there's a player on the Duke team from Smith Stearns.
Sean Scully, right?
There you go, yeah.
Yeah. I've known Sean since I was 3 and he was 2 back at
Wow.
Yeah, back in Maryland.
All right, and as we watch this college tennis match, there's 5 other college tennis matches going on the campus as we watch the Bloomberg team walk by us. It's been so exciting this week. There's going to be over 300 college tennis matches played this month on the national campus, and what a buzz. Back to the action here, 3-2. Duke leading and serving as well.
You don't see too many left-handers with the one-handed backhand. So Rybakov's one of the few. great return in first ball from Rybakov. That is unleashing some big forehands.
I want a forehand lesson from both of these guys.
I know, we're seeing back-to-back.
The old
big
inside
forehands.
out, too.
Who can hit it bigger? Who can hit it better?
Look at that.
Very nice.
Rybakov showing while he's the big American prospect coming out of the collegiate game. Gosh, I love that backhand return. It's just so nice.
That was a good return, but that was definitely a shank from Alvarez. That happens really when you take your eye off the ball for just a split second, and happens to the best of the best.
Yeah.
I think he's shaking it off right now, dancing around, refocusing. 15-40.
Nice shot.
Great forehand.
Really opens up court very well.
They both play with pretty good margins. Huge forehand.
Wow.
We're really seeing some big forehands in this match from both the players.
Goes outside.
Not happy with that call.
So we go to a no-ad point. They're still deciding. Hard for us to tell.
The no-ad is interesting in college tennis for singles. Doubles is not as big of a deal, but for singles, it is pretty interesting. And you've got to be really locked in every single time there's a deuce point.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow. Big hitting from Alvarez.
Really hangs in there and keeps his break. Down 15-40. Wins 3 straight points.
Rybakov a little bit frustrated.
Let's watch this replay. Well, we're going to thank Sophie for joining us here. It's been fantastic. Good luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
I know you've got some good tournaments coming on. We'll see you on the national campus training, right?
Thanks for having me. That
And
was
with-
really
Yeah.
fun.
And you'll probably have a broadcast future.
I know. This is my first time broadcasting, so it was my pleasure.
No,
Well-
we're so happy to have you. I'm so glad to see you here. Hopefully run into you again when you're back training here at the national campus.
Thank you so much, Melanie.
Good luck to you, and we're going to get back to the college action. If we could flip over to the ladies' match, court number 1, we can check back in and see what's going on. Thank you so much. Here we are. They're in a break right now as we see Coach Jamie Ashworth walking across the court. We're starting to get further along in these first sets. If you look down the line, does appear to be pretty even as we look at the scoreboard. See Lee Taylor Walker giving some pointers. Lee Taylor really done a great job with the TCU program. Came from the University of Memphis, where he built a solid winner there. Svet Vikanen, his top player today. We have an Australian showdown on the USTA National Campus. We're going to keep moving around, but we just wanted to check back in on this score. Svet Vikanen still up a break.
Very good solid hitting from Harris. Moving Svetikonen around. I think that's going to be the best play. Staying with her, staying consistent, and forcing her to make the mistake. Very good hitting from Harris again. I was a little surprised she didn't want to come into the net there. But she still played a very good point, very solid.
Chance to potentially break back for Harris. Oh my, that outside. So we have Love 40.
A little too much on that forehand. I mean, Harris was totally off the court. All she had to do was give a little bit better margins, and that could have been a winner.
Second serve on quadruple break point.
Very nice volley. We saw that in the doubles. Harris is a strong doubles player.
That's where her doubles really kind of comes into play there, where you have that confidence to come into the net and finish points. Watch this replay here. Really great quickness. Jamie Ashworth told us that Harris has every intention of going and playing professionally after finishing here at Duke this spring.
Big hitting right there from Svetikonen. She really rips that forehand. She can overpower Harris. It's just a matter of making all those shots in and not making unforced errors.
Of 15. Outside, 15 all. I'm looking down the score line here, and you're seeing some first sets finishing up. Court number 5 for the ladies. Duke has won the first set 6-2. Court number 3, Duke is up 5-2 on the ladies. Here we are with Harris. 15 all. Good tennis.
Great passing shot. She really didn't do anything wrong. It just wasn't a big enough approach shot.
Yeah, the approach up seemed a little short, didn't it?
Not enough on it, and
Let's take a look here. Yeah, big forehand with a short approach shot.
yeah, it wasn't good enough to come into the net. And Svetikon is too good of a player. It seems like to let that go. Changing up with the kick first serve. We're all 30 all. This is a really big point. See if she makes a first serve here.
Big hitting. Was that inside?
At first I thought it was wide, but I think it was in.
Svetikon with a big forehand.
Really
See what
waited
the-
for opportunity
Let's
there.
validate this. Yes, 30-40. The break point.
Two breaks to serve, back to back.
Harris not happy with that. And we're going to stay right here. Just a quick update in the number one singles of the men. Duke with a 5-3 lead. And the matches are really coming along now with first sets almost finishing up. We're going to hang here on this court number one, and we're going to do our best to update you. You can, of course, go to any of these courts and watch them on the play site if you have an individual court where you have interest. The Lee Taylor Walker giving some tips on how to potentially serve this first set out. What would you do in this situation based on what you've seen, Melanie?
This is an important game for sure. I mean, this is her first opportunity to serve for the set. I mean, I would really focus on making a lot of first serves. You know, I wouldn't want to spray any balls, first strike shots. I'd really want to stay pretty good margins. You know, I go for my first serves, start the point, work the point, and you know, Harris seems a little bit frustrated, so hoping she might actually give me a couple of mistakes. Great start to the game, making that first serve.
Yeah, you know, if you can win that first point, it is so crucial. Great point.
Very good margins. Tennis is such a mental game that winning these first 2 points. Let's see the replay. Yep, great backhand from Svetikon.
Okay.
Oh, she misses the volley, but that was a great point. Very aggressive, really going for it. Just did a little bit too much with that volley.
Taking her time here. So important, I think, on the 30-15 point. Probably a serve down the tee. A little lower risk. That was outside, I do believe.
I think she got stuck. I don't think she knew what to do with that shot.
It's kind of awkward.
It was a very
forehand.
awkward shot.
That was a big serve down the tee. I like that. And then chose the backhand, which was probably the right play. Big backhand. And then got just kind of caught off balance there with that forehand. So 30 all, 5-4. That a let? Was it a double fault? Help me here.
I think it was. Oh, they're staying there.
Yes, I think that's a
let.
Is that a first serve?
It's 30 all.
Great backhand.
It was not the smartest shot. She's way too far behind the baseline to try to go for an angle like that.
Looked nervous on that forehand.
She really did. I think it got to her. I mean, being up 30 love, you know, she was in control of this game, and now down a break point. Great shot. Very nice to stay in this game.
Okay, so now this is what we all been waiting for. Here we are. 5-4 TCU. No ad point. Double
Oh no.
fault.
Oh, a double fault for her set point. To give it away, to make it 5 all now in the first set.
Harris has got to be breathing a sigh of relief. So now let's see if our producers, I know it's 5 all, but let's see if our producers can swing us over to court number 1 of the men. Hold on. That 40-15. If we could swing over to court number 1 of the men, they are finishing their first set right now. Yes, this is where we want to be. And it is 5-4 Duke, 40-15. Alvarez serving to win the first set against Rybakov. Second serve. And great serve there. First set, 6-4 Duke. We've got TCU with a very big lead on court number 2. Could we swing over to the men's court number 2 match on court? It's actually on court number 4. It's a 6-love, 5-love lead for the TCU Horned Frogs. And I'm actually just curious to see how this one finishes out, because this would be the second point for TCU.
6-0-5-0 in men's tennis.
6-0-5-0.
Gotta hold serve. Gotta hold your serve one time.
This is. We are where we want to be here on court number 4, which is the number 2 singles match. Trevor Johnson with a commanding lead, and Coach Roditi told us before the match that Johnson was another great American hope coming out of college, a senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. You see the no let there. And something we want to note that we talked a little bit about before, but what I love about these Duke uniforms is they have their names on the back.
I do like that.
So that means we're guaranteed to know their name.
That is always a good sign. Normally they don't have that. "30 Love Duke." Mateus is a small opportunity to get on the board.
I would think Mateus is saying to himself,
Please get one game.
please.
This is what I would call a double bagel.
I know that is an awkward score. He's got to be frustrated, Mateus.
I'm sure.
Ooh.
Almost with the drop volley.
$30 all. Here we are. 30
oh
all.
no, he's got to. I really want him to get a game.
TCU looking to get the second point in this double duel. Good tennis there. Great backhand. Gosh,
Great one-hander.
just love the nice fluid one-hander. Let's watch this replay here.
Very
Yep.
nice. But if he's been doing that the whole time, how could it be 6-0-5-0?
Well, I bet you Johnson's probably just been playing lights out.
Game, Mateus.
There you go. We're going to stick with this match. See if Johnson's able to serve it out. Just giving you all a quick update on court number 5 for the men. TCU up 5-4, and it's 30 all. So we come back in here. We have a new game. It's actually 6-love, 5-1. You know, they say this could be the easiest set to win and the easiest set to lose, right?
So true.
Never know.
You never know until the last ball. Great overhead from Johnson. Coach David Roditi had said that he thinks Johnson has a very good shot in the pros. He thinks he's one of the most athletic on his team. Has a really bright future if he can stay injury-free.
Just has that complete game. Obviously, has some of the doubles background, playing the collegiate, and then getting all these singles matches. And one of the things that all these college teams are doing now is they're mixing the pro tournaments with the college tournaments, which is allowing them to get points and experience.
Exactly. It gives them a great opportunity during the summer, I think, to play, to see the level. I mean, the men's level is just, it's so deep now. Great inside-out forehand from Johnson. Let's see it again. High quality, good margins, didn't go for too much. Perfect spot for it.
Mateus.
Really going, that's the biggest forehand I think we've probably seen all day.
What a big shot. We saw some pretty big forehands. Watch this. What moves around it? Boom!
But that was big. That was big.
Trying to climb his way back in.
I mean, you never know. Sometimes players play their best when they're down. No pressure, just really go for it. And we could see that happening here. Or Johnson comes up with a huge second
Probably
serve.
why he's been up 6-love 5-1 when you finish points like that. If this match is to end, great ace there. What a replay. No ad. Match point.
Just too good from Johnson.
And it's over.
Wow.
Trevor Johnson with a victory in the second point for TCU. We could go to court number 5. Court number 5 is the number 4 men's doubles match, and they are in a tiebreaker. As we see Coach Roditi shaking hands with both of the players, then working his way back to the number 4 singles match. As you can see, he has his signature hat on. So this is court number 5 of the men's singles. We were hoping to see court number 4. But right now, it is 6-4 on this court. TCU is up. And on court number 5, we do have a tiebreaker going on. There we go. Nunez serving. Stakowiak in the far side. Looks like both players are taking their time. If we had a shot clock, we'd know how much time they're taking.
We would. That's something that I feel like players do take too much time in between points.
I tell you, Nunez just has great angles, doesn't he? Saw that in the doubles.
You already saw him trying to run forward after that shot too. So he's got such an aggressive mindset.
A thing of beauty, that forehand angle.
Oh,
Koviak missing the
missed
forehand, questioning. I thought it was outside. And we must say these play site cameras that we're using tonight are excellent.
they are. It is difficult for us to see from here though. We got to go with the umpire's call.
If it were up to Virgil Christian, we'd have Playfair right now tonight, and they'd go to the screen and they would see whether or not that ball was in or out. Here we are, 3-2 TCU. First set tiebreak.
Let in a tiebreaker is always not easy to deal with. It's like the worst time for that to happen, but at least the point was pretty even. So it played again 3-2 TCU.
Hear the emotion out here.
Wow, huge forehand from Nunez with a mini break.
I like the way he plays. Let's watch this replay.
Deep return
Wow.
and huge forehand.
Four two. I'm gonna start my own shot clock here for the rest of this tiebreaker, and I'm just curious, Melanie, how much time these players are taking. So on the next point, I'm gonna hit my Virgil Christian shot clock. We see a side shot. What a beautiful facility we have here. USTA National Campus in Lake Nona. I mean, what a view of Lake Nona. I feel like going water skiing right now. I want to play tennis too.
It is beautiful here. It really is, and the weather is actually very nice. A little bit chilly, but it's still nice. What a rally.
Stakoviak grinding. Great tennis.
Wow, what a point. Double break in this tiebreaker for Nunez.
Wow. I would say that was 20 plus.
That was longest rally.
Probably the longest rally we've seen out here tonight. 5-2. Okay, so I'm on the clock right now. They are at 25 seconds. That is a time violation. 28, 29, 30, 32, 33.
Now. Huge forehand again by Nunez.
Now, they do have to walk and get the ball.
They do.
So one would say, well, if you're going to put a shot clock on me, then you need to put a ball runner at the net, okay? So currently we're at 15 seconds. Let's see. The last one was 36. That's 11-second violation. 23. And that's why he missed, because he didn't have enough time there.
That is way over. I'm surprised the umpire isn't watching that. Serving to stay in this tiebreaker.
Oh no! Wow.
I I thought he had
Surprising
it.
miss by Nunez. Nice touch on that forehand volley. Melanie, I don't want to get carried away, but 40 seconds in between points?
I know. That's a bit much. Umpire's got to be on him.
Just wanted to tell our producers that if this set were to end, if we could go to court number 7, if this is the last point here. We have a little action on court number 7, but let's... And we got a 6-5. We got 6-5 TCU. And serve to
Nunez
win the
got to
set.
try to finish it off.
Ooh! Stakoviak, you can see it right there. Look at this rolling forehand. Watch this roller forehand to stay alive. I think it hit off the net just a bit.
It did.
A little bit of luck there for Stakoviak, Duke Stakoviak.
I like Nunez trying to take his opportunity and come into the net, but got a little unlucky.
And we do hope to get over to court number 7, where Duke is leading right now. Hamlin is leading 6-2-5-1, and that could be Duke's second point for the ladies. We're focused right now here. Nunez serving for TCU. Solid. Played
Good
that point
aggressive
perfectly.
play. Aggressive play from Nunez. He's really not afraid to go for his shots when it gets close in these matches. Same with the doubles. He really went for it. 6-all, 6-all in the first set, 6-all in the tiebreaker. I mean, that shows a lot of guts right there.
Yep. So let's see here. We're on serve. Time violation.
Oh, great serve.
Of course, you do want to give the players the benefit of the doubt in the tiebreaker. Watch this serve. Boom! Can't ask for a better serve than that under pressure.
Both these guys, this is a high-quality tiebreaker. Just wide. Gives Nunez the opportunity to serve out this set again.
Just so that we're updating you, and we didn't have a chance to get over to the number 5 singles, but the Duke ladies are now up 2-love. Hamlin has won 6-2, 6-1, so it is 2-0. 2-0 for the Duke ladies.
Nunez finished that tiebreaker.
Wow, 9-7. So TCU wins the first set, 7-6.
Lots of tight matches. Duke versus TCU men's tennis.
So court number 10. It looks like there's a lot of action on court number 10. And Duke ladies are up 3-0. And here we are. In a tiebreaker. Number 2 singles. Caitlin McCarthy trying to stay alive here. 3-all. They'll switch sides. Alexandra, they call her Sasha. 6-all, 3-all. Court number 2. Duke TCU. Women's tennis. Zanovka. Sasha Zanovka playing Caitlin McCarthy. Did I get my shot clock out on this one too? Zanovka has the long sleeves, but you know, I think this is, I don't know what it's like in Atlanta and Palm Springs, but I think this is perfect weather.
This is a little chilly for Florida, though. I thought it was going to be a little bit
well, you're sitting in the
cooler.
shade.
We are in the shade.
Okay. All right, here we go. Four, 3. TCU. Zanovka with the missed forehand there. 4-all.
Couple of unforced errors from both women.
McCarthy from Cary, North Carolina. Zanovka from Moscow, Russia.
Wow, great playing from Zanovka. Very smart tennis.
Complete point there. Really, if you did the tracker, I mean, she was all over the court.
She
You
was.
see the replay. Fantastic finish. And kind of kept her guessing a little bit. McCarthy guessing, held that forehand and then pulled it.
Exactly. She kind of waited to see what McCarthy was going to do.
TCU Horned Frogs. Serving up 5-4. Court number 2.
Oh, great
5
point.
all. And we want to pay attention here. We're going to stay with this tiebreaker, but on court number 8, it is 6-3-4-1 for Duke. And Duke is up 3-love. So if they were to win, they would clinch the match. So we're going to stay with this tiebreaker. We're going to keep our eye on court number 8. What happened there? Did she lose her footing? Was the ball out? Is there a possible replay on that? 6-5 Duke. McCarthy with the chance to win this first set. Not sure exactly what happened there. I think it was just out. I think it was long. And first set to Duke. And if we could flip over to court number 8. We are on court number 8, which is court number 3. This is the third line. Mabel Chi is winning for Duke 6-3-4-1, down 40-love in this game. Chi with the big serve. See if she can get herself out of this game.
She's playing Marie Norris from the TCU team. Mabel's apparently on a 15-match winning streak, so this would extend her winning streak to 16 matches.
Wow, great net play there.
Great movement to get to that drop shot, too.
Watch this fancy footwork.
Very nice. Great serve out wide from Chi. Trying to stay in this game, 30-40 now.
Ooh.
Great defense from Chi staying in that point, but then she went for too much on that forehand.
Break of serve. Norris with big forehand. Nothing that Chi could do about that. I mean, two really powerful forehands.
Four 2 now, Norris serving.
And you were making the comment before the match that Norris actually has the highest ranking on the TCU team, but is playing number 3.
As far as my ITA rankings go, I was on the ITA rankings. You were on the USTA rankings.
So there's two sets of rankings, team rankings. The ITA actually ranks individual team, Division 1, 2, 3, NAIA. The USTA only ranks top 25, Division 1. So the ITA ratings has been around a long, long time, and that's generally what the part of the seeding for the NCAA. The USTA poll is a human poll. It's for a voting system. Comes out every Wednesday. The ITA poll comes out every Tuesday. But from an individual standpoint, Norris has the highest ranking on her team, but is playing number 3. Nice shot there.
Great passing shot.
Hanging in there. Playing well.
Double fault from Norris.
It's not what she needs right now as she's trying to climb back into this match.
A lot of balls down the middle of that rally. Both players just trying to stay pretty consistent.
She trying to get a break and have a chance to serve for the team match. Also make a quick note that on the number 6 court, Duke has a commanding lead, 6-3, 4-1 for the ladies. Second serve. Wow. And we have a no ad point. Everybody sit tight. Watch this replay.
Great shot by Norris, but I really would have loved it if she was able to go to the deuce side if she hit cross court instead of right back to Norris.
Is that out?
Double fault.
Double fault. No.
6-3, 5-2 Duke. Now we have also on with the number 6 singles.
Can we switch to court number 12, please? Can we switch to court number 12?
6-3, 5-1.
Stevie Kennedy versus Hannah Zhao. Hannah Zhao looking to close out the team match. Seems to be a little bit of an argument. Well, it looks like we've come just at the right time. The only thing is that we're not quite sure what's going on courtside. Women's official messed up, and they're arguing on the score on court number 6. Looks to be 40-15. .30.
Very nice rally there from both players.
Stevie Kennedy hanging in there for TCU. Zhao looking to close this one out.
First court going to a third set will be men's singles number 1.
Wow, 6-3, 5-1. If we could go back to court number 8. Court number 8 of the ladies. 6-3, 5-2, 15 all. Here we are in the middle of the point. 15 all. Was that outside? .30-15. Abel Cheese, big Blue Devil.
Missed return there.
Match point. Game, set, and dual match for the Duke Blue Devils. Mabel Chi wins 6-3, 6-2 to give Duke a 4-love victory.
Wow, the Blue Devils really did a great job of finishing them off. Really played some strong tennis.
There's Mabel Chi right there, the clincher. Matt Manassi, the assistant coach in the near court. Samantha Harris, probably happy that they didn't finish down 7-5, 4-3. So we are finished on the women's side. The sun is about to set here in Lake Nona, Florida, and we're going to switch to court number 3, which is the number 1 court for men's singles. They have just split sets, Alvarez and Rybakov. And here we are, starting a third set, and you can feel the action out here.
All of these matches on the men's side are extremely close. A lot of them look like they could be going 3 sets. Great rally, big fist pump from Rybakov after that win at that point.
And here we are, the USTA National Campus, enjoying Duke TCU. We just finished the ladies' match. What's your takeaway on the Duke TCU women's duel match?
The Duke team just really came out being aggressive. We saw it in the doubles, taking that first doubles point, and they just really were the more aggressive team. I thought they played more consistently. I thought they were just really stronger overall.
I mean, Duke going in, they were ranked number 2 in the country. TCU not ranked, but not far outside the top 25. A very good team and good program, but obviously Duke just really having their way with teams right now. They have one loss, which was to North Carolina in the National Indoor. Other than that, they've really dominated the season. They have a close win against Georgia, who's a top 5 or 6 team. So really, Duke is, if you pick the 3 or 4 teams that could win the national championship, we saw one out here tonight. So will they be able to continue their run as they get into ACC action? Both Duke and TCU on spring break, enjoying a little sunshine here. We're about to enjoy a sunset here in Lake Nona, and we've got to set the stage for the men's match with TCU up. As we see our play site sunset, we see that TCU is up in the singles, up in the dual match of the men 2-0, and we're going to go back to the number 1 singles match and settle into that just for a little bit, and then we'll update you on the remaining 5 matches and try to do our best to flip around and bring you the action and tell you the story.
Oh, what a volley from Alvarez. Both these players, this is a really great match. Let's see the replay. Again, the huge forehand, he sneaks in, dives for that volley, and ends up being a winner. Very smart sneaking in there. Second serve on that deuce point, you always want to try to make that first serve. But let's see what happens. You can hear the grunting getting louder. Both players want it. Wow, very nice. Very nice. Long rallies in this match. Alvarez just a little bit too strong and pulled that out. First game of the third set. Very good hold after saving a break point there. Just on serve in this third set with Alex Rybakov and Nicholas Alvarez. Rybakov to serve 0-1.
Wow.
Wrong-footed him there.
Definitely.
Very smart play.
And as we enjoy this third set, let's watch this replay of the kind of wrong footing him here. Kind of like a grass court or clay court play there.
Took a little slide, too.
If we could go to court number 5. Court number 5. After this point. Right outside.
I think so.
All right, over to court 5, which is really court number 4, and we have a 7-6. We have a 7-6, and we have a lead for TCU in the second set. So this is Nunez in the far court. Yeah, this is court number 5. Number 4 singles here. Stakoviak serving. And this has been such a kind of, we haven't watched it all. Obviously, we were over on the ladies' side. 5-2, Nunez. Stakoviak trying to stay alive. But they have just had such an interesting match with Nunez, the lefty, Stakoviak, kind of the big hitting righty. And this is so important for Duke because TCU has a 2-0 lead in the match. Nunez wins this, it's 3-0, and then we're in a bunch of 3-setters, and you obviously would give TCU a little bit of the edge at that point, maybe a lot of the edge.
Yep. It would be tough to come back from 3-0.
It's happened before. But yes, I definitely agree with you.
Huge serve.
Inside. Nice tee, high percentage, big first serve there. Good backhand. Stakoviak playing a good game here.
Big hitting. Very aggressive.
So we've got 5-3, 7-6, 5-3. Nunez will serve for the second set and to try and get TCU Horned Frogs their third point.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
Nunez,
a volley.
He loves his volleys, doesn't he?
He's so good at the net. Just reads it so well. And
let's watch this. Oh, wow. I love it.
So comfortable at the net. Great forehand again. I think that's 30 love, Nunez.
Chance here to finish it off. Nunez with the cut off, the sleeves cut off of his shirt.
I noticed that. Showing his muscles.
There we go.
Oh no! He went for it.
He did.
He went for it,
You
but
would
it didn't pay off.
Yeah, you know, you'd think you'd almost pulled the Nadal a little bit and kind of gone back cross court, kicked it up high. But he kind of wanted to flatten that forehand down the line, so we're looking at 30 all.
Oh, there's that let second serve. How lucky was that? And they played the lets
That's it.
in
That's
men's
it.
college tennis.
Play a lot of things. No warm up, no ad, no lets. Pretty good, huh? All right, so
This should
match
be match
point.
point.
And then quickly after this, we need to go to court 6. Court 6 could be the deciding court.
That would be interesting if Duke women's tennis win 4-0 and TCU men's tennis win 4-0.
Yeah, we can. It's sort of like soccer. We'll call it a draw. So I think we have a no ad point here.
Was a little bit of a tight mistake from Nunez there.
And you see
First
Coach
time really
Roditi.
seeing him.
He's got the hat on even as the sun goes down.
He must really love
David
that
Roditi.
hat.
I think it's a signature. It becomes a good luck charm at a certain. You know, I don't know how much sun it's keeping off of his skin, but. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
So it is now match points have been saved, and we are at 5-4. If we could slide over to court number 6, and get a look at the action there, because it's 6-4, 5-2 TCU. Big ball there.
Very big shot from Duke.
And we've got Kruger serving for TCU. He's from South Africa, Johannesburg. Actually, scratch that. We've got Duke serving. We've got Kruger in the near court here. Ryan Dickerson from New Jersey serving for the Blue Devils. Kruger the lefty, South Africa, playing that high altitude in Johannesburg. Point. Duke doing a good job fighting off these match points.
Both players from the Duke team really trying to stay in these matches, coming up with some big shots on important points.
Get my shot clock out again. All these matches are very tight.
Again, big hitting from Dickerson.
Well, you're at this point in the match too where, watch this, big forehand, kind of inside in, and boom. Looks like a little bit of a sidearm serve there. Okay, we do have match point on court number 5. Big forehand there. If we could slide over to court number 5, we hate to be flipping so quickly, but this is important right now. Court number 5. Match point again. Nunez of TCU.
Oh,
outside.
just deep. Another match point here for Nunez. Let's see if he can close it
He's
out.
had a few.
Oh no!
Game and set and match. Nunez with the victory. Beating Stakoviak. And now let's go back to court number 6. Outside. Kruger trying to close this out. 6-4, 5-3. Looking into the camera at us.
Kruger looked a little tired in that last point. Looked a little bit winded. Hope he's got enough in the tank to try to close it out.
Yeah, 6-4, 5-3. And it's 15-30, so he's really got to pay attention here. Wow. Wow. Look at this big forehand.
Huge forehand. Very important point in the match,
All right.
too.
Well, this is it. 3-love. This is team match point.
Whoa!
TCU!
What a way to clinch it for the team.
Not bad for a freshman, huh?
Not bad at all.
Well, that was it. Lopsided scores, yes, but good tennis for sure, and much closer than what the scoreboard would indicate, especially with some of the matches that we had going on here on some of the courts 1, 2, and 3. Oh, look at the TCU Horned Frogs, very excited as we see Coach Roditi. Looks like he's been working extra hard. See if he's going to wave at the camera. Big high fives. But Melanie, gosh, it's been a real pleasure. Nothing like a double duel match for college tennis, huh?
No, this is very exciting for me for sure. This is definitely my first double duel. College duel for sure.
Double duel, and tomorrow night we want everybody to tune in again, where you'll see the UCF Knights play the Minnesota Golden Gophers, as we're going to see match point Kruger with a big forehand to clinch the match for the TCU Horned Frogs.
There it is.
And there it is, the clincher. Well, everybody, we want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm Scott Tribally alongside Melanie Udan. Please join us tomorrow night from the... Oh, we're going to the Odan Cam right now. We want to thank everybody for joining us here at the USTA National Campus in Lake Nona, Florida. A lot of great tennis tonight, double duel. Tomorrow night you'll have a single duel. It'll be the men's match, UCF versus Minnesota. Should be another good one.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's a lot of great college tennis, so a lot more to look forward to tomorrow.
I mean, there's a lot of action in Indian Wells now, but there's even more action here in Lake Nona.
That's because there's so many more courts here at Lake Nona. Indian Wells has got to compete with. That's one thing Indian Wells does not have as like the USTA National Campus has. This many courts, 100 courts, unbelievable.
We'll call Larry Ellison. I'm sure he'll have no problem building a few more tennis courts. But, gosh, we've had a ball here tonight. It is awesome weather. Melanie, thanks again. We're going to sign off here from the USTA National Campus Collegiate Series match. Thank you so much for watching.